subject of tattoos came up recently. I was watching a video on YouTube. This guy was expressing his opinions on them. And I was scrolling through the comments and I kind of felt like this tightening in my chest where I didn't really want to hear what people had to say because I just have gone through this long journey, like sacred divine journey with my ink. And I realized, like, no matter what people's judgments or anything that they think or say or put on you, it's never going to take away your own experience. So that's why I think it's good to, like, try not to judge people for their outward appearance as much as possible. I usually look for their energetic signature, what type of character they're showing up as, you know, their behavior, more than their external appearance. You know, that saying, don't judge a book by its cover. One of the comments that were made, a person was saying, I think they were saying that tattoos are for rebels and rebellious people, you know? And at first I was like, whatever, you know? But then I was like, actually, that's kind of true, because when I first got my tattoo, I did it to rebel against the church. It was my first experience owning my body. And I wanted to make a statement that I was still with Jesus, still connected to God, and still very much in charge of my own vessel. So I got tattooed on me, "Thy will be done." I remember there was a woman telling me, you know, Jesus wouldn't want you to tattoo your body. And I just politely told that woman that her narrative had basically expired in my experience. Because really, Jesus was there with me, sitting next to me in the chair, holding my hand as I was in prayer. And really, I really don't think that an ascended master would be judging a person on different ways that they want to, you know, process their pain. So I really realized from there that I was in charge. And going back to that YouTube video, the second comment that I read was somebody saying that, you know, they like tattoos or whatever, but they shouldn't be on women. And I thought to myself, bingo, that's one of the main reasons why I got my sleeve. Because it was interesting to me how growing up under the patriarchy, I could see on so many levels that, you know, the masculine really wants to own the feminine and their vessel. And I could see that in many ways through my family's dynamic. And I thought it was very interesting. And unfortunately, there's domestic abuse where people actually put their hands on other people's bodies and inflict wounds. So I kind of thought to myself, well, if somebody actually really thinks that they can own my body and abuse me, then I'm going to have to show them otherwise. It was like my little way of going against the patriarchy. And by the way, if anyone's thinking, well, she just wants a matriarchy and all the women to own everything, no. I want people to learn how to govern themselves, more human rights. And that's really what put my energy into me getting or starting my sleeve. The experience of getting, you know, your body modified is pretty heavy. What drives a person, there's so many different reasons, but usually the common denominator is suffering. It's really good to just allow people to express, allow people to process, and allow people to just be. I kind of think of celestial bodies floating in space. Every planet is so different. Every star system has its own, like I said, energetic signature. Yeah, I kind of learned that through my experience of getting a tattoo. You know, and they're not for everyone. My journey in particular was an unveiling of a lot of different aspects of my spirit, past lifetimes, also sacred geometry. It's almost like spirit was like, you need some upgrades. Where I was heading into my soul journey, I needed imprints. And once I received my sacred geometry imprints, I will say I had a very major shift. consciously, I found myself in a whole nother arena. And I also found myself being protected. I feel very lucky to have mine. I feel very protective of them. I don't always show them, especially when I feel people aren't like open, because a lot of what I have on me is of a spiritual nature. So I just think that they're all different for everybody. And it's good to just continue to kind of stay in your own lane in terms of your own body, and like just let other people have their own vessel. And I think we can really enjoy each other's artistic creations and watch their progression as they grow as well.